Are you living in a movie?
There is no such thing as zombies.
Hi, this is the Professional Amateur Hour coming to you with another review. This week, Leo sent me There's No Such Things as Zombies. And this 2020 movie was directed by Eddie Bammeke and stars Luana Ribeira, Rudy Barrow, and Debra, among others, of course. The story of this movie is that there's this zombie, and he's one of the first zombies, so he goes to his ex-girlfriend's apartment and knocks on the door, and she opens the door and lets him in, but of course she doesn't know he's a zombie, so she just treats him like a normal person. And then her new husband comes and he's like, this guy's like a zombie, but she doesn't believe that. And they turn on the TV and there's a news report and some spokesperson is saying there's, no such things as zombies. So of course she believes the television. And then, they have to, then treat this guy as a normal person, even though he's very clearly a zombie for the whole thing. And of course, there's other, little comedy sketches in there. There's the ZIA, which is the Zombie Investigation Agency, and they come by looking for zombies. And I don't know, there's a bunch of other little sketches in there. Will this woman ever figure out that zombies are actually there? Well, for that, you gotta watch the movie and find out. All right, so let's discuss this movie. So what works with it? Well, with this one, there certainly are some comedy sketches in there that I found funny. Anything to do with the ZIA or the ZIA, I thought was quite humorous, and they're just two characters and they're just bantering with each other and just kind of playing off of each other. And I think they were really funny. They also have this news program where there's this like spokesperson trying to, convince people that there are no zombies, even though they, bring in the zombie and say, oh no, this is just like a homeless person. Well, then how do you explain the smell? Some people smell, and all this different type of stuff. And then they, try to bite each other. And then how do you explain this? And then, oh, it's just a homeless cannibal person. And you're like, this is like kind of humorous. And so there are, certainly funny things in there. It's just that the kind of main sketch is not particularly funny, and we'll talk about it. But certainly, the ZIA stuff and the news report I thought was humorous indeed. Other than that, I thought the acting was okay. Certainly there are moments where I thought they were going to like break character, but no, they go like right back into the character. And so that's good, just to show, they're good enough actors that they're in this one, taking it seriously and, trying their hardest. So yeah, the acting certainly is okay. And that brings me to what doesn't work with this movie. Well, with this one, the kind of main sketch is with this woman treating the zombie as a real human. And I found her, like the jokes that she was saying weren't particularly funny. And her whole, setup with the husband and everything wasn't particularly funny. And I think the joke might be that the woman is insufferable. Like she is just so annoying throughout the whole thing that like, I'm surprised like they don't just let the zombie, go at her. And so she's just, there, she's just can't believe it. What's in front of her face and all this different type of stuff. And she just very repeatedly just does these very annoying things as well. There is also other problems, like she's kind of like a ditz, but like a controlling person as well. So she needs to, be in control of everything. And then she's just like giving the zombie guns. And like the first time it happens, it's funny, sure. The second time, sure, a chuckle, why not? But by the fourth or fifth time that she's giving this zombie a gun, like that's just like stupid. Like, it's just like, why are you doing anything like this? She doesn't acknowledge that she's done anything wrong as well. So just her insufferable qualities, I think, just kind of grinded my gears by the end, because it's the majority of it. Like I was like, 30, 40 minutes in, I was like, how much like left? And I'm like not even halfway through. And so I just kind of like, skip to the end just to see what it was like, and it's just them talking in the apartment still. I'm just like, okay, go back to my spot and watch the rest of it. Of course, I do watch all of these movies, and so it's just, man, her character just gets on you after a while. And then there are other things that I don't particularly think work very well. They kind of make like a joke of spousal abuse, like the woman gets like hit in the face at some point, and she has this big like black mark on her face for like an hour of the movie. Like it's there for like most of it. And so just looking at that, just being like, please rub that off. Like it would be so much more enjoyable just to see something else than this big like black mark on her forehead. And then the husband himself is a minority, but he gets like this costume change quite early on. And it just kind of seemed like it was like a caricature. And so that didn't really work for me as well. And so there's a bunch of stuff in this one that certainly doesn't work as comedy. And then there is the zombie, and the zombie I think is like minimal effort into what a zombie is actually supposed to be. The makeup is just white makeup, and it doesn't even go like down all the way in the neck. Like if you're looking at the back of the person's neck, like it only goes halfway down. And so it's just like minimal effort put into the zombie character. And then the way the zombie is also acting is very strange. I guess it's for comedy, but at the same time, like he's just miming what a zombie should kind of be like. And so, for example, he's like clearly within arm's reach of a person, but he's just like, arr, and just not reaching the person for comedy, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, this is not what a zombie would actually do, or at least, you know, with the lore of what a zombie is, even in comedy shows, like, doesn't really work. So it's just, I don't know, a lot of things in the main kind of segment of it I thought were not very funny, not very interesting, or at least, you know, I guess it was interesting enough, but not very engaging is what I'm probably looking for. So yeah, that is an issue. As for rating, well, with those little glimpses of funny things in there, I can give it a 3, and I think that is being a little bit generous as well. So yeah, I think that is kind of it from me. So, you know, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.